I just want him to get into that mode, that's what I want, you know. So his weekends are spent hiking and biking and venturing, and rather than hooning and drinking at the beach like, you know, a lot of them do. I definitely don't want that. I'd be less stressed if he was out in the mountains.
And just a little update on the weather. So it is clear in Klondike, and there's a little bit of low cloud, but there's no rain or anything like that.
So the idea was to give some Aranui students the opportunity to do the coast to coast with some legends of the sport.
If we could match some of these kids with some athletes that could help them through the course, then, hey, we could get you to do the race.
Yeah. Who do we approach first?
Well, I spoke to Jess's dad, Steve Moffat.
And that seemed like a great idea to me, and I had the contacts with Nathan and Steve, and so we said, yep, we think this can work.
Their vision was to show these kids that there is something else out there, so it's totally different to coaching other people.
Anyone who comes and does coast to coast, I'm always going to be supportive of. But when Steve explained to me who the young people were and where they were coming from, and I guess how different this was to a lot of everyday life for them, then that's inspiring as well.
The coast to coast is, you know, it is still iconic in terms of multisport races that come and go. It is a special race, and it sees a wilderness area of New Zealand which not many other multisport races can actually see.
The course is phenomenal. You know, there's parts of the course which are just world-class wilderness areas.
Coast to Coast is a multi-sport event, and it traverses the South Island of New Zealand from the west coast to the east coast. So it starts in a little place called Kumara. And competitors run, cycle, paddle, all the way from there over the Southern Alps and end up in New Brighton and Christchurch.
The last couple years I had been mentoring some other girls coming through at the top end of the field in the women's one day. And so when Steve rang me up to discuss it and explained to me and did the pitch, it just sounded like a real challenge and something that I could identify with.
So we went to Aranui High School, where some of these kids were on the edge of leaving mainstream school. They could go either way. They were right at that pinnacle. I think they could go one way or the other.
He just pretty much wrote our names on the boards and said, oh, we need to have a talk in his office. And then he was like, oh, you guys want to do the coast-to-coast race with the athletes?
I was all out of it and like full on, because he wrote our names on the board. Later, like, we all got rushed outside. Like, on the news, we got the bikes and all this stuff. And everyone was like talking to you. They were greeting you, and I was out of it.
Is it better?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sweet.
They were voluntold more than volunteered. However, as soon as they bought into the fact that it was going to be bigger than Ben Hur for some people, then I think a decision was made to give it a good crack.
Yeah. Just see what happens, really.
I want to do this probably for the challenge and see if I can give it a go. I reckon it's going to be hard and everyone's going to be all hypo, excited.
We lost one on the first day because of domestic issues and family problems, and couldn't do the training and things like that. They were all dedicated and they all loved to do it and they wanted to do it. Just their family backgrounds, they just couldn't do it.
I was originally not chosen for this, but one of the people who organised this said, would I do it? And then I said, are you sure? Like, you want me to do it? And then he's like, yeah, it would be a good opportunity.
The supporters are really integral to the race. I mean, one, they've got to cart all the competitors' gear from one side of the country to the other, well, you know, and following them, but they also make up a huge part of the atmosphere.
Here you go, here they go. Oh, it's good business from you three fellas. Way to go.
And it became very clear that, you know, that we had that our young men were very fit and physically able. Our two young ladies, probably not in quite that sort of space, and they came in as support crew, which is a really vital part of the whole program. So they came out and they rode with us and they cycled with us, and they just got stuck into it and absolutely loved it.
These two young boys from this school, this journey with these three amazing people is like, you know, that's like the ultimate.
Some of these kids just don't have dreams. They don't even know what they're going to do. And we just plant that little seed in there, and all I have to do is, if I'm watering that person is watering the dream.
On your mark, get back,
I'd had a pathway that hadn't sort of led me to something like this either, you know, like my parents weren't into this kind of sport or into adventure stuff, and sort of found my own way, I guess, to the coast to coast.
What attracts people to the coast to coast is the adventure aspect, where you need to have skills. You need to be able to assess risk. It's not like a triathlon where everything is quite precise and measurable.
When it started, it was the first and the only kind of event of its kind in the world. It's older than Ironman.
But I think what makes it special is that, you know, it's got a strong spirit. It's been a lot of people go through it, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. When you come along, you know that you're part of something big, and you're also sort of part of history.
The 35 years that it's been running, there's been almost 20,000 people take part, so it's become somewhat of an institution in New Zealand, and it's on a lot of people's bucket list to tick off.
You know, I've done it 23 or 24 times, and you know, I never thought there'd be another angle to it, and here we are, we've got another angle. We're doing it with the school teams.
To be honest, I don't know. What is it like living in Aranui? Everyone like puts us down. Like people like.
Oh, that everyone like
looks down at us. Yeah, because we like live in Aranui, and everyone thinks that we're the same.
But really, Aranui is the best place to be.
Wait, no, you can get jumped.
Why are you putting your hand up?
She doesn't know what that means.
Oh,
like get rushed.
She doesn't know what that means.
She doesn't know what that means.
You get beat up.
But Aranui is not that bad.
It's just so not as much over this side as what there is on the other side of town.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like there's less housing, less job opportunities. So if the kids want jobs, they have to be able to travel to the other side of town or something like that, you know. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's struggles everywhere.
Yeah. If you weren't training all the time, what would you be doing?
Hanging out with my mates pretty much every night. Drinking, and yeah.
Smoking.
Smoking, yeah. Like smokes, like cigarettes.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Probably would have been at home. Oh, yeah. With Bryce and Andrew. Or somewhere else. Or at my sister's. Yeah. I don't know.
Doing what?
I was just there, really.
He was just there.
People look lost. Like, I'm being really honest. Like, people who, not everyone, but like, they don't care. I think all they see is like drinking, going out, like that life, but it's like not good. And I think we need more like people to guide us in Aranui. We need like more support.
A lot of these kids that think that they can't achieve anything and they're in that low self-esteem, that's why they don't play sport. It's not so much the sport, it's about all that other stuff that they think that they can't do. Because they think people have forgotten about us. This is where we live. No one cares about us. We just got to carry on like we are. So when you come into an area like that and you say, right, we're going to get you to do the coast to coast.
When you run through that mountain, you're going to learn what type of shoe probably will work best for you.
They start and they think, oh, well, you know, it's not going to work, but they get involved in it. It's about motivating and inspiring these kids to stay at school and to really learn as much as they can at school before they leave. But it's also teaching them that they can achieve a lot more than what they thought they could.
There'd be a lot of young people, a lot of young teenagers who look at the coast to coast and go, well, you know, I can't do that. And it may be that they just think they can't do it because physically it looks too hard. But they probably look at it and go, they can't do it because it just looks too hard to actually organise, you know, the gear and all the rest of it. But seeing other young people doing it, I guess other young people can go, well, somehow they've removed all those barriers, or somehow they've actually managed to get there and do it. So, well, actually, well, yeah, I guess I could do that and go and do it, you know.
I grew up in a big family. We didn't have a lot of money. You know, if you wanted to go do something, you just had to go do it and sort of take the bull by the horns. And I thought, well, this could be a really cool opportunity for me to give something back to these kids. And so that really struck a chord with me.
I've found the Aranui students a little different to other people I've coached for the first time. People who've come to me for coaching usually have got that spark, they've got that drive, they know what they want, they just need some help. But these students, you know, it's just a different kettle of fish. They don't know what the opportunity is.
I think this sets them up as a foundation for their lives, really. You know, to do an adventure like this, I don't think that they're too young. It actually builds them from here on. You know, if they had waited till they were, say, early 20s, I don't think they would have done it. I think we really got it at the right point because this is what's going to really keep them on the right track. And it sets them up for life, I think.
I'm going to introduce a rule here. It says no more running on the roads.
This is like real skill-based stuff that these guys have to do.
So this is the sort of thing you can do, you know, just simulate terrain that challenges your ankles, get them stronger.
And it's totally out of their comfort zone. It was totally out of my comfort zone when I first started doing multisport. And so to overcome that gives you a really nice feeling of self-achievement and it's very rewarding.
I don't think it matters if you're a Steve Gurney or a Bryce Adamson, you all start somewhere. And to me, looking back on our own, you know, we're no great athletes, but literally running 2 or 3 Ks seems like the biggest hurdle in the world.
When you're starting
But it's just consistency and time and sticking at it.
One of the very first sessions that I took, Bryce, Taitama, Kayla and Shalita up in Victoria Park, and we had them doing some hill sprints, and I showed them the top of the hill where we were going to do some interval stuff up there, and they just looked at it and said, we can't go up there. But also they'd never run downhill. So it was just sort of saying, okay, well, let's just get to that little marker there and see how we go, and then let's get to the next marker, and then before you know it, you're actually at the top. So we did a lot of that throughout the process, you know, just doing little bite-sized chunks.
I reckon it's gonna change a lot of things about myself. But I reckon it's gonna help me to like accept myself, like, and just it's gonna give me confidence, because I'm like gaining heaps of confidence, and I don't know, this is just, I've been feeling happy lately.
When I first seen it, I thought it was like, it looked really hard. And I was like, oh, I'll just train harder to get fit enough, and now I reckon I could almost do it. Yeah.
And put them around the way you think is right if you were going to go for pedal.
One thing is that kids generally can ride a bike and they can run, but most of them have never paddled before. So it's incorporating disciplines that they know something about, and a discipline that the chances are they know absolutely nothing about. And of course, a lot of that pedal training could be done right in their home territory, you know, at Kerr's Reach anyway.
There's the Aranui Canoe Club, really supportive, got boats there, you know, the kids live 5 minutes away. They can get there and they can do it if they want to. But they've lived in that community for 16 years and possibly didn't even know the Aranui Canoe Club existed.
So as we talked about, if you guys were to fall in, what you do is you flip your boat up so it's this way rather than keeping it upside down. Because if it stays upside down, it's just going to fill up with water and sink. So that's the first thing you do.
Learn as much as you can, because when we come down we're going so low.
Taitama had never been in a kayak until he'd done the coast to coast. So when I knew that he was doing the coast to coast in a kayak for 4 or 5 hours, I was like, he's not really 100% confident swimmer. And knowing that he's going to sit in rapids and waterfalls and, you know, and I had no control over that, it was quite frightening.
People have the ability there already, and they have the talent, and they may not necessarily know it. So being able to be a part of the journey to help with that, and maybe give the skills or give the confidence, and sometimes out of, you know, a session it might actually be a word or it might just be something, but to help people to achieve what you actually already believe they can, but they maybe don't.
Staff, I need some help.
No, you're right. Paddle backwards, you'll get off.
Oh, no.
And to see that joy in their face, and then that self-belief and the confidence that they get from that. And just watching that bar just actually doesn't even get raised, it's just gone, is just goosebumps. That's awesome.
I think their biggest challenge is just going to be themselves, really, just overcoming the overwhelmed feeling that they're going to have, because they've done the training. You know, we took them through the run, and one of the things that Bryce said on the way out, going out the Minga, was, well, like, this is really hard. How are we going to do this on race day? Like, I think it was kind of hitting him in terms of the magnitude of what the event was going to be.
We're going to meet at the top where the huts are, and we're going to do a fast 3K run. So the coast, you start off with a 3K sprint. Yep. So we're going to run down into here, boom, down the road. Food has been a great incentive. One of my favourite stories was we were paddling down at Aranui Canoe Club at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and had the boys in the boat, and we turned around and I could see the boys were flagging a bit at this stage. So I said, look, race back to the canoe club. First one there, I'm going to buy you a sausage roll. I've never seen two kids paddle so hard.
They just took off.
They were gone.
Sausage roll, out of here.
We did get some nutrition advice from Emily early on, but they didn't really take it on board. It started from not drinking water when they trained and not eating before they trained to understanding that it actually made them feel sick. And
he just fell over. He just like lowered down and
I want them to understand that, you know, what they put into their bodies is what they're going to get out of their bodies. They just have to take away some skills with, I guess, just learning how to eat healthier and feeling really good for it.
so Bryce started eating breakfast. Kayla quite proudly showed us her lunch on a few days, and when Brett and I just popped into the school, and she had, you know, tuna and nuts and apples and things like that.
They had to start having breakfast and stuff. Which was a big change for them. Yeah. He gave up smoking, so like, yeah, stopped a lot of the bad choices, yeah. Like, he'd be like, I've got to get up at 6 in the morning and go for a bike ride or something like that. And I'll be back sometime later today. I was like, wow, damn.
Do you have any? Oh, I've got a space up.
They're also torn between wanting to mix with their friends, because a bulk of the training that we did was over that school holiday break. But then they did some pretty cool stuff in their training as well that they really enjoyed.
All the training comes up to like a good opportunity to do. Yep, but you lose quite a lot of your holidays. They always ask me to come hang out with them, but I keep saying I have training, and then I don't get much time to hang with my mates.
There's a lot of peer pressure for these kids, influenced a lot by what their friends think.
So it's a lot of hard work from not only the kids that were involved, but the team that was behind them as well, a motivated team. You know, Ruth from CYDP was on their backs every second day, planning training and where they were going and picking them up and getting them there. And Steve Gurney was on the cell phone all the time encouraging them, and Moff was driving it, and Dan was driving it right behind, and Jess. They were pushing it all the way through, and so a great inspirational team to get these kids across the line.
We'd have something planned and then one of them would injure themselves, like Ty ran into the back of the car, or Bryce got sick again, or Kayla rolled her ankle. There seemed to be something just about every time we had something planned that wouldn't quite go right, but you just manage it and carry on, make another day, make another time.
There was heaps of effort. Lots of times where you think, oh, you know, we're packing up the car again, and
we've never done so much unpacking and
driving
packing
across town.
4 paddles, 4 PFDs, 4 helmets.
And Ty and Bryce and the girls will never possibly recognise the amount of work in behind that just to get them on a boat paddling. But you just look for those little wins, and some of them are really little wins. It's just a smile or a woohoo.
It was stressful, but also fun for us, because you're cutting new ground, and it was such a. I mean, the people that were involved in it. I mean, we're just such a wee team in muddling along, doing something.
You're going to give it everything.
The hardest part for me, hoping that he wouldn't say, I'm not going to do it anymore, give up. That's because I knew if he'd made that choice to give up and not go through with it, that he would be taking that other path.
That was one of the hardest things that I had to do, was to get Gurney to fly into to Queenstown, Nathan to get from Motueka, arrive in Christchurch to do a day with the boys on the river, when I get the call that Tyler said I don't want to do it anymore.
How you doing? Ruth was due to pick him up and he just came home, he says, I'm not going. And I says, you know, you're going? And he's like, no, I don't want to go. I says, why don't you want to go? I just don't want to go.
No, he's like, you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do it. You're not scared I don't want to do it. Yeah.
And then Nathan saying, I'll go and talk to Ty. So, and going and visiting him for 3/4 of an hour and coming out with Ty, and Ty saying, yeah, I'll do it.
You know, it's quite nice. Yeah. We went to get the pie, and we were gone.
After Nathan had spoke to him, that was it. And I couldn't thank him enough. It was like, because I feel like if Nathan hadn't come that day, that really would have been the end of it.
Two of us will be standing on the west coast and got a couple of days to get across to the east coast, and I guess those sort of challenges are right up my alley.
First time Gurney and Bryce got in the boat together. No discussion was needed, they just took off, beautiful rhythm. And we just got goosebumps. We're like, oh my goodness, this is what we've been doing. It's all coming together,
Chucked in
just
this
that
perfect
moment.
little brace and eddy turn,
Yeah.
and we're like, wow, this looks all right.
Excellent, well done. You've got it, man. So tell us, what sort of cheering will you be doing for them as you see them coming?
I'll be emotional tomorrow.
Why
to
will
see
it be?
The boys, because of we've come such a long way from the first training. I'm proud of them. They stuck to it. They didn't give up, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Here we are, Kamara, 37 kilometres. Not far to go. Now we got the Aranui High School guys.
Oh,
good
yeah.
on you, Steve.
Yeah, good on you. Everybody legends in a few years.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Does everyone know about us?
Everybody knows about you.
You're famous.
Like, here.
Oh, most of the people would know about you. Yeah.
They were probably out of their comfort zone in a heck of a lot more than we actually thought they were, because in actual fact we didn't understand what their comfort zones were, which was something that we're entirely comfortable with, but they'd never experienced it. Yeah, being in front of a television camera.
Smile.
Well, I think that the interviews were hard to do.
Why is it hard to be interviewed?
I don't know. Just don't really like sitting here talking. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's you, mate.
I think for him that the running was the easy part. The other part of actually having to engage with other adults, and I think that was really a real struggle for him.
So just in terms of food for the run, we should load that into the pack soon. You guys know what you're going to have a few pies or something? Oh, yeah.
Looks like there might be a bit of scattered cloud in the morning and then finding up to a cracker day over there, so it should be a great day on the mountain. The river levels are running pretty low. It's like someone pulled the plug out. It's about 50 on the Odorama gauge at the moment and stable, with 38 at the old highway bridge after taking all the water out.
Hey, have fun, guys.
See you later, guys.
Enjoy. Yeah. Thank you.
For me, it started getting real when I actually got to the start line.
Oh, no, when we were biking there.
Oh, yeah, the biking.
When we left, when we left to bike there. Yep, and we go, shit, went real.
Just thinking the massive day, because then at the end of it, we got to do a mountain run. Yeah.
The bag drop sign over here by the white flag. So drop all your gear bags down there. If you've got any transponder issues, come and see me immediately.
I think the biggest challenge is going to be for them to just control their thoughts and making sure that they don't allow themselves to be overcome by, the fact that it is the coast to coast. It is a huge event.
I remember when I stood on the start line for my first longest day, which is just a one-day event, I was uncertain how I was going to get through, from one side of the country to the other. Deep down I knew, well, I should be able to do this. But I still didn't really know how I was going to.
But, like anything, we're just going to chunk it down and take it one step at a time, one paddle stroke at a time, one pedal stroke at a time.
We ran with them, ran like 3.5 Ks. Got onto the bikes and then we started biking the 55 kilometres.
I've always had that feel out of coast to coast. It's like, go and do it. Even if you have a really bad race, it doesn't matter, because 6 months leading up to the race have probably been some of the best years, 6 months of your life, Just enjoy it.
It was pretty comfortable sitting behind Nathan. There was no wind hitting me.
Oh, yeah.
Quite nice. Yeah, it felt pretty long.
Yeah, pretty long.
Like the last 10 Ks, my legs were actually giving out.
How did you get through it?
I just kept pedaling.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Probably get here within the 2 hours, I'd say. And then we'll have a nice relaxed transition. We've got everything all ready. We've got their food and drinks and packs and everything all ready to go.
I hope they're all right, but they'll do good.
Yeah. They're with good guys.
Yeah.
So Stephen and Nathan, they'll take care of them and they'll work together on the ride. And the main thing is on this first ride is that they stay out of trouble. They don't have any crashes or anything like that.
Here they are. Here they are. Hex on. Look.
I remember before the first river crossing, I got a cramp.
Oh, you just went down the stones, eh?
Went down the stones, got a cramp, and then we stopped for about 2-3 minutes. We kept going. 10-15 minutes later, got another cramp. Took about 5-10 minutes stop. Kept going.
Crossed the river.
Got another cramp. Got about all up, probably got about 5 or 6 cramps. So you want to hold it tight and you don't want to straighten out your leg.
You're having to push your physical limits, your mental limits. You're relying on other people. You can't do it by yourself. You know, there's a safety element there.
It is going to those places where it hurts, and it hurts so much it would be okay to give up. And then it's going, actually, I've got more. I can do more than I thought possible, and I'm just going to push through here and see what happens. You've pushed through any preconceived idea or boundary that you may have put on yourself, and you're just pushing beyond what you knew and what you thought you could.
About an hour through the river, I felt good, and then we caught up to everyone that we were with and made some lost time.
A few hours into it, we're sort of getting up into the subalpine now. The steep stuff towards Goat Pass, but no, the guys are going real well. Bryce had a few cramp issues and things, so he's learning a bit about tenacity and pushing through, and yeah, Ty's doing great, he's having a good day, so we're cruising through. But no, we've just been getting some nutrition into Bryce and a few stretches and a bit of massage, and they're doing good.
And yeah, we just kept running a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We tried beating this older person pretty hard, but we done it just.
Is there competition between the two of you?
Nah. It's like we're pretty much just doing the race together. We're just going to compete against other people. Yeah. Like you look at someone ahead of you and be like, oh yeah, I want to catch that person and pass them. You pass them and then you're, oh, this guy's not that far away, I want to catch him, and just keep going. And then there was like one time where we passed this fella and then there was no one for like 3 Ks, and we just kept running and running and we caught them.
With Nathan Fa'avae, Steve Gurney and Emily Miazga, we're up there, Thomas O'Duffy, and we've got Bryce Adamson. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Half the coast to coast. Yeah. That's good time. Awesome.
That's like right on target. We were hoping for 6 to 8 hours, so we just did over 6. So that's awesome.
That's cool, eh? Conquered it.
I guess the first thing is that it's a positive environment. So it's health conscious. You know, people are on a journey of self-improvement. They're getting out biking and paddling and learning new skills, and that's quite inspiring and yeah, motivating when you're sort of learning and you can see improvement and growth.
All good. All good. Okay, they need to recover.
Yeah, we finished. Got to have like a bath. Someone got a massage.
It was me that got a massage, I'm sorry.
What was your favourite bit, Bryce?
Finishing.
Cuddle, is this cute? It's my little son, my little boy.
All the athletes had a standard. They all had a similarity to them. I haven't quite identified what it is, but it's like having been through that particular grinder, that they've all got certain characteristics, and that's like freely offering, helping out people, very benevolent people, and that's how they started. If they're surrounded by the people who are trying to push that, they'll buy into it. When they were out there with them, they were literally different young people.
I really want to do it now, like just watching them, and maybe the boys could be the support crew.
Or maybe.
That would be so cool. It's so.
The hardest part would be the mountain.
Yeah, the mountain.
river run.
I reckon it would be a challenge, but it's so cool. Because I reckon it's so beautiful. Like the scenery would just be amazing. I reckon it's so pretty right now, and that would be so cool to do it.
It does not look real out there.
No, it looks like we're in a dream. is the last day, so we've got to be ready at 4:45. Yes, 4:45.
They were robots when we tried to wake them up. They were on automatic pilot. 10 minutes for you guys to eat. But the really cool thing was they got up quick. They were in their gear, and I thought, this is awesome. So clearly something's going on inside their head.
Bit sore on the legs and yeah, woke up, got dressed, had breakfast.
Broccoli.
Get your food in, mate.
Taitama. You want a banana?
On the river today and down to the coast. Looking forward to it. Just need to get a few more of these coffees into it.
I'm really looking forward to paddling with Bryce and just getting communication going with him about how he feels, about how much effort to put in, when to put it in, and when to have a rest, when we should get out and have a stretch. Teach him about it, pacing himself, you know? And it's a journey, it's an adventure.
One minute to start, 1 minute.
All have fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Left-hand side.
It's been really special to see, you know, Kayla and Shalita embrace this, you know, this journey. You know, even when the attention hasn't been always on them the whole time, it's been all about, you know, the boys. So that, you know, they've been a huge part. They've had to do the early morning starts and go through everything and essentially not get the huge rewards that Bryce and Taitama have got.
To go down to a kayak transition, to sit there for 4 or 5 hours to literally see the boys run in a boat,
40 seconds.
Bang, 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 and gone. Hey, that's a huge effort, but they smiled the whole time, they laughed the whole time. And I think anyone that's done an adventure or a race with other people, there is a bond created that you can't replace because you go through that whole journey together.
And the 4 of them were pretty tight. I think the boys appreciated and respected the girls.
Support and just, encouraging each other and stuff. And because this is like a journey and it's good to just do it with your team. So
When you saw the bits on the news over the Coast to Coast weekend, were you surprised?
I was in awe of all of them, especially watching those girls running with that canoe on those stones into that freezing cold water.
Yeah, that was pretty emotional, eh?
And then, seeing the boys paddling and just like, wow,
Because we didn't actually get to see them do any of it. So when we did see that, it was like seeing them so focused on doing something and doing it so well. Yeah, that was amazing, It was pretty cool.
It's going to be a challenge on the kayak, to be honest. I know those guys haven't done the hours needed for such a long paddle at such intensity.
Here we are on the Waimate, about 5 minutes into it. What an amazing place.
Probably the real powerful stuff comes from just connecting with nature, I reckon. Is getting into the outdoors and leading a simple life and getting into the mountains and, kayaking down the river and getting water splashed on your face.
Yeah, ladies! Woo-hoo! Go, go, go! Woo-hoo!
And you couldn't sort of get much further away from the boundaries of Aranui. We thought if we could expose the kids to the outdoors more, then that was going to be a good thing.
So I think giving people an appreciation of just how magic it is out there
it really helps empower them to become advocates for, for the outdoors and, protecting some of our really wild and beautiful areas.
To be able to go and get into the mountains and to be a part of nature and a part of this beautiful scenery and this amazing place where we live here in New Zealand. For me, it's inspiration. For me, it's gratitude.
And I think that's the stuff that people remember, when the race is long gone. It's kind of like a mountain they run over and it's the kayak gorge they paddle down, and the result, forget about that after a while.
Our whole society have children that don't do too well at work, at home, and we actually end up with a product when they're 25, despondent and angry and want to throw things through windows, and we blame their parents when maybe they didn't have parents, or maybe they didn't have a father to show them the rules.
Taitama's dad passed away when Taitama was 3. Yeah, he didn't really have any role models around him. I put him into rugby, I put him into softball, and I think really deep down a lot of it was like, everybody else has got dads here and I've got mum.
Tandem teams coming in. I think it is. Here we go, the young fellas are coming through. These are the guys from the youth. Put your hands together, guys, for the school categories.
Kayaked for 5.5 hours to him.
Yeah. To the bridge.
I'm only going to get back to town, team. Everybody the clip. Right on, you got Steve Gurney and Gurney. They've got 5 hours with the young fellas from the school teams. Put your hands together.
We ran up the hill.
We had our bikes run up more of a hill.
Well done, dude.
There were sponsors rolling past, there were vehicles going past, helicopters flying over. There was police all over the place. There's large crowds, and yet at the same time they made sure that that little bubble, while they were either paddling, riding or running, was secure. They had a calming effect on our young men.
Almost there, man. Also 4023.
That's powerful stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
This road and we started 75-kilometre bike ride.
Yep. And then, yeah.
We had to stop a couple of times, hit a break.
Someone didn't drink water.
Yeah, I didn't drink enough fluids as I thought I did. And then
almost died.
Almost died. The last 40 or 30 Ks on the bike, that's the one I hated the most. When I seen the sign 20 Ks, and then the next time I seen the 15 Ks, it felt like half an hour just to do 5 Ks. Probably like the last 5 Ks is where I started picking up and got like an adrenaline.
We're just so proud.
Yeah, it's so proud of him.
and was like really fast at the finish.
Being exhausted, I'm proud of the boys and I'm excited for them to come out and finish.
And excited for the boys to come.
They're 6 minutes away.
Aye.
All those hard times on a Saturday or Sunday, all those hard times during Christmas, you know, and to see it coming to fruition during the race, I think they had a grin from ear to ear.
Runners coming in.
Yeah, this is them. So excited.
Well, it was quite hard to brake. My hands were like numb. I sort of used that guy as the brake. He jumped off and I had like the chicken legs happening.
I was out there at the finish line waiting for them to come in. There was a girl come up to me. She said, "Are you waiting for the boys to come in?" And I said, "The boys?" And she said, "Oh, the boys from Aranui High, they're on GPS." She said, "I've been following them." And she was so passionate about watching them, and then she clapped and cheered for them coming in. But she didn't know about their lives. She knows nothing about them, but yeah, they were so inspirational to her.
High School boys.
And then I ran the rest of the way on the sand, up the stairs, and then finished line. And then we got swarmed by a lot of people that we didn't even know. We almost died. It was just like giving someone a handshake every second. Yep. Talking like to 3 people at the same time. Yep.
Oh God, look at them, they're just taking over the whole place.
I've been tilted and...
Boy. Too bad,
These guys can now consider themselves coast-to-coast finishers, and Bryce Adamson, you're one of them. Mate, how tough was that? Has it been a really, really tough 2 days?
Yeah, especially the last biking leg, the last 40 Ks was pretty hard. I had to get pushed a bit.
People dream of being able to do the coast to coast, and to achieve it in a really good time and finish happily is just fantastic.
You know, these 4 kids, you know, what they've done has just been so inspiring. And it's a bit like throwing a stone in a pond, this ripple effect, which has just gone out to the wider community. And so many different people have got involved and embraced this project. And I guess for us, it's just been really cool.
It's like life. It's hard in some spaces. You get wet in others. Then there's an end. It's what you do in the middle that all counts. Yeah.
There should be other kids given the opportunity that ours were given. Why not? You know, if it's going to improve their life, why would you not want to do it?
Coast to Coast Rangers 1 and 2 teams from Aranui High School.
It'll be over the next 3 to 5 years, there'll be some massive stuff that'll fall out of this experience as they look back. And specifically when the Coast to Coast happens next year.
Now that they've done it, they think they're undercover superstars.
All in the day's work.
You can answer this shit, not me.
No, you talk. If you talk, I will add and talk.
No, you talk. You're
Wait,
better at talking. And people at school come up and say, you were like the one on TV. Yeah. But the embarrassing parts of me, I don't want to be on there.
I reckon we looked fine in it.
I don't know.
We actually looked good, actually.
Well, I want a job. Like, get a good job, buy a house and a car, save up money, then have kids. Get married, apparently, I think.
Apparently.
Apparently, that was the wrong word. Shalita, can you talk now?
No. You said everything.
Stop laughing.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Ty.
Because Jess rang me up, said if I wanted to do the run again. I was pretty keen to do it, but it's just a bit cold.
I'm actually holding back the tears a wee bit. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to, I just have to sort of, I'm getting really emotional about that you know, that you can make a difference to someone. It's really cool.
Here goes Ty from Aranui High. Here goes Ty from last year.
Hey, you've come a long way from last year. Come on up here. I'll join you up on the stage. Here's your trophy.
Get up, mate, get up. Good boy.
You don't really care about it now, but when you get older, you think.
Get one of this, we can frame it.